not about to come clean up after you.
But what if he cleans up after you?
Oh, he don't. So. I couldn't. I just share my own stuff. And then, you know, my last 2 relationships, the guy was the cook, so I never had to cook. So being in a relationship now where you're like, you gonna cook something today? I'm like, are you gonna cook something? Because, you know, I'm used to a guy cooking for me. So it's kind of different, but, you know, hey, it is what it is.
And it's different point of views whether you're married and whether you're dating. And I think oftentimes when you're dating, the perception is, let's pretend like we're married. So let's come over here and cook and clean as if we're married. But we're dating.
Right.
So it's a different, I think it's a different mindset when you are married.
Yeah, that'll probably change once I get to that level.
Right. That's true.
That's a very good point. So I'm never washing dishes. I've never married.
Wow.
Don't even ask.
Well, let me chime in here. I am going to piggyback off what Kelly said. I do respect the man's role. However, I haven't always, and it took me being married and divorced twice to understand why I need to now and how I didn't before.
All right, Sherwood wanted to address women providing the basics based on the fact that, okay, we're expecting and accepting stuff, but are we willing to provide some of the basics? So Sherwood, J. Marie, Sheila, and Tish.
Oh man! I guess when I saw this segment, I find it very surprising that a lot of times, and just in the line of work that I do, and then in communicating with people, that domestic skills seems to be a thing of the past. And from the guys that I actually play ball with, or the guys that I hang out with, it seems like they do more cooking and cleaning than most women do. Not necessarily in the new or this newer generation, but just even in the generation that they grew up with, that they can out-cook and out-clean most of the women that they interact with or that they know in general. So it's just surprising to hear that this is something that's not necessarily encouraged among sisters.
Well, my stance, when I was speaking in the video, I was coming from the standpoint, I refuse to perform wifely duties, and I'm not a wife. Because I have been in a relationship where this one particular guy said, well, I need to see that you can be a wife. You need to come over here and wash my dishes and wash my clothes and do. There is no ring on my finger. I will do that for my husband. I don't have a problem doing it, but I would do it for my husband, not just for somebody I'm dating. That's all that I was saying.
But then, in regard to that too, though, I don't think that a man would ever, and I'm not going to necessarily, give it. I'm going to say that I don't think that a man would necessarily question whether or not you would cook for him or clean for him if you are cooking and if you are cleaning for yourself.
And I am. I cook for myself.
But
my place is clean. I don't like dirty places.
No. Now it's a difference. So to keep it real, it's a difference from you feed yourself. Especially if you're going out on lavish dinners all the time. It's a
Not all the time,
if you
but I will go.
It's a difference if you feed yourself, and it's a difference that, well, I don't mess up anything in my home, so I don't have to really clean. So you're done. But so when a man wants to know if a woman can cook or clean, that means then therefore he has to see there. In my mind, I'm saying he has to see disruption, and then therefore the disruption has been resolved.
Okay, I see where you're going with it, but no.
So I'm saying, but then, and even that for just basic domestic skills. Well, what I said earlier is still, like I say, kind of.
And I get your point, and that's cool and dandy. That's fine. I understand. We agree to disagree, and it's all good. I'm just saying I won't perform those type of duties to someone that's not my husband. If we're in a serious relationship and it's going towards that, okay, then I may do stuff for you every once and again. I know how to stroke my man, how to treat my man and be good to my man and do what my man needs and all that good stuff. I have no problem with doing that whatsoever, but if I feel like you don't deserve it, I'm not going to do it, so don't ask it of me.
And I think the downfall, I should say downfall, but the slowdown of women doing a lot of the domestic things in the house is because we've had to take on other roles. And we've had to take on the roles of men. So now we're out in the workplace, now we're doing a lot of things that men normally would have done. My parents have been married 60-some years. They're in their 80s. My mom didn't work because my father provided. He provided everything for the home. We're in a different day and age now. Now, you know, there's two incomes. To come home from work, and now because I'm a woman, now I'm expected to now cook and clean and take care of all the kids. No. I did the job that you're supposed to do, so now you can come in the home and help me do some of the job that I'm supposed to do.
But that was not the issue that I posed. And my issue is that they cannot and they're not. So even the men that definitely, I mean, whether you live by yourself or whether you are married, for a man to be able to do it, and for a woman, like I say, I come across a lot of people say, hey, I don't want to cook, or hey, I can't cook. Or, hey, I don't have time to cook, but I have time to see every reality show and every episode of Basketball Wives or Flavor of Love or whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying, but yet and still, the best you can do as far as preparing a meal is make a box.
But you know what? I can guarantee you, they're choosing not to do it. Now they know how to. You know how to clean. You know how to.
That's what
I'm hard time believing that someone that's an adult does not know how to follow basic instructions. Throw a chicken, season, throw it in the oven. They're choosing not to do it, whether they don't have time.
Okay, sister, let me say this real quick. There's some women out here that don't know how to clean. Now, I don't have to ask, you don't have to come to my house and cook and clean so I can find out. All I gotta do is go to your house.
Exactly.
You live by yourself. If I'm kicking clothes, getting in the door, and if I go to use your bathroom and it's panties and pantyhose and all of that, and the toilet seat is nasty.
And I still will argue and say that they're choosing not to do it. They know how to do it.
Let me finish. Some women know how to surface clean. They know how to surface clean. They don't know how to pick that furniture up and scrub and clean behind it. They don't know how to do that. And wait a minute. If you can't, wait a minute. If a woman can't keep her place clean, she won't be able to keep our place clean. And then if I can watch you, if every time I see you, you in a restaurant, you don't know how to cook. And then when I look at you, you gaining weight, because that's why a lot of our sisters big, because they eating out all the time. Okay? So all you got to do as a brother is just sit back and watch and observe. You'll see exactly what a woman is. And if you ever want to know what she is, go to her house and go to her bathroom. That'll tell you what she is. Alright? Because a lot of the sisters, and it ain't just because she had a bad day. A lot of these sisters are coming out, weaved up, had makeup done, weave done, nails, feet done, and house is filthy.
So is this the majority or is this the minority?
Well,
is this the majority?
What men are concerned about is it's becoming a majority. I'll give you another one. A lot of women, you can tell what they are by getting in their cars. Some women's cars are filthy. Weaves in the back seat, everything. Some of these women's domestic skills are busted, but they want to know why don't no man want to marry me? Because you nasty.
Maybe they're tired because they got to work all day and clean all day and take care of the kids, so they ain't got time for all that.
They just nice.
Now I'll say real quick, I definitely know how to clean. I hate nasty places. I know how to clean. I can cook basics. I'm one of them women that I do clean. Clean.
Show me.
Hot water, boiling hot water, clean. I know how to cook basic things, but I will admit I don't know how to cook. But I also admitted in the video, the last few relationships that I was in, the men were the cooks, so I didn't have to cook. So me trying to learn how to cook or whatever, I just really didn't have to. I was in school and working. I would come home and the meal was ready.
And you know what? You should. I want this sister to speak, but I don't want to say no more. But some brothers can cook.
Yes. Oh, we know that. We know that.
Some brothers happen to be chefs.
Oh, you need to stop.
And you know what? I mean, I want to just speak, but I mean, you know what it really comes down to is that if you get a partner, then you all got roles. Certain times, hey baby, when you come home, dinner already made. I got you. If I care about you the way I should, I love to cook. And when my wife comes home, if I get married, if some of y'all act right with y'all mind, really, I mean, I think that you should know your role. Sometimes, sisters nowadays, you do have to take a man's role because of our society. And it requires you to work long hours and to make the money you make. And to be honest, I think brothers that have issues with women that make more money than them, I think they soft. Yeah. Women have been supporting men since day one. The women that were working in the house when we were slaves and all that, they were listening to the master talking about, oh, hey, on Sunday, y'all might not want to do that because y'all were there and y'all told us. Y'all been our support every day. I love James Brown's song, It's a Man's World. Hold on, but if you know the song, you know, but there ain't nothing without a woman's touch. So it takes a woman's touch. So we need each other. And I hope that everybody here knows that it ain't just one individual. It ain't about no man. And if you here tonight and you think that it's about the man individually, you ain't on nothing. It ain't about the woman. It's about us collectively. What do you both bring to the table to be one? Well, I thought we was I'm on a domestic thing. The domestic thing really is, if you don't cook, guess what I do? If you don't cook and I don't cook, then let's go out to eat every night.
What if she don't clean?
If you don't clean and I don't clean, that's how I made. If we gonna make this work, it takes communication.
Okay, so you
and it takes us to talk about. First of all, if you with somebody that don't have, you have to have a collective goal. What's your goal? What's the point of getting married if y'all don't have the same point?
Right. And then she can't come to Iris. I want to talk about the basics.
I'm through talking then. I want to see what the basics is. Because before you get to the basics, you have to have that understanding. Why would you be with somebody that don't have the same thing that you want? Why would you have a circle of friends that don't want the best things for you? Exactly. So when you talk about having a relationship, it's not about what's best for you, it's what's best for both of you. So sometimes she can't cook. Sometimes he can't cook. They go out to eat. But then y'all be like, hey, look, let's go Dutch. No, look, I said let's go Dutch.
I want to talk about the domestic part, right? One of the things that I always say about my son, and with him being 6, and one of the things that was said earlier, was knowing your role or what to do. And I always say, whoever my son gets, boy, she gonna be in for her money, because my baby like his food hot. You know what I'm saying? He like to smoke. He like to see the steam coming up off his food. I mean, you know how boys eat because it's so damn hot. You know what I'm saying? I said, wow. I get complaints talking to men about how a lot of us women don't know how to cook. So I'm like, well, shit. If we don't know how to cook, and my son is 6, are these chicks gonna know how to cook? Because my son already has these expectations. My son already has these expectations, right? And I want him to have these expectations. And here I am, a woman. But I want him to know, right, that he should have a hot meal. No, he should not have to eat out. He shouldn't. And he should have a top-notch bad bitch. Whoops, woman. No, whichever one you want to say.
But why are black women not married, submit, in traditional roles? Well, there's nothing wrong with traditional roles between men and women. I couldn't make as much money as my husband did. I was happy to be able to stay at home and raise my babies. And my husband got out of the shower every morning, and he walked nude from the shower to the nightstand next to his bed. He had fresh baked bread every morning, and sometimes homemade sausage. Did I clean and scrub the floors?
There were periods in our marriage that I did all that stuff, but then there were periods when I was too busy. You have 4 kids. You can't do all of that, keep up, be the soccer mom, you know, and do things in the community and the church. So I had an assistant for a little bit. Sometimes the house was dirty because there was too much to be done. You know, you go on a vacation, you're preparing, you're cooking, you know, to leave things for the kids to eat. You come back, your house is messed up because whoever you left your children with didn't do the house the way you did. Did my husband expect me to clean up the house immediately? No way. There's nothing wrong with being traditional. There's nothing wrong with surrendering in a relationship. Women sometimes have to take the roles of men. Does that mean we become men? Absolutely not. There's a little bit of anger inside when women become confused about what they have to do. It can't be 2 people at one time. So that's it.
Okay. Well, I promised to let you guys go at 10 o'clock, and I guess I lied a little bit because it's 20 after. We still have actually 3 topics to address, but we're not going to get to those tonight, obviously, because there will be a second season, and Xavia Fox Talks will be going on hiatus after this particular show. YouTube, X Fox on the Box, or you come to my Facebook page, Xavia Fox, or the fan page, X Fox Talks. Any of those, you'll be able to see the show. Make sure that you share it with your friends on Facebook and on YouTube. Get that awareness. Yeah, we're leaving. No, we're leaving. We on the time. We out. Yeah, we out. No, we ain't gonna kick out, but we going. That's it. I'm making a judgment call. Yeah, because 3 topics. We were talking for 3 hours.
I mean,
we got 5
I think what he's
questions
saying is
done.
like we leave right now. It's like having sex without nothing. I mean, that's
Well, you know what? I'm sorry, but for me, sometimes it's just good. You ain't got it.
I'm just saying like so much.
It's just good. But anyway,
the reason why we're here, the reason why Xavia Fox put this together is because she first put men to talk about relationships and women. Then she put women to talk about relationships and men. Now we're together. In relationships together, men and women fight.
Exactly. And
hear me out, because part of this is listening. We have to listen to each other.
I think that was the first point I made.
Put that in practice now. Put that in practice right now.
My 3 points.
No, but listen what I'm trying to say. I'm putting this groundwork, so I want you before you leave and take home with it, because this is not about us battling back and forth. I want us all to understand that we want to come away from here richer from this experience, but know that we can fight, we can disagree. Listen what we have to say. Listen. The most important thing in life is to take in your environment. Listen. This is about us learning. Life is a learning experience. Men learn from women, men learn, and vice versa. But in order for that to happen, sometimes we have to fight, sometimes we have to get through struggle, but at the end of the day, we learn something from each other, we take something from each other, we walk with each other out of the situation, together as men and women, and that's how we're supposed to leave. You come away thinking how different men think, how different women think, you have your thoughts, we still come away richer. This may feel bad at different experiences. We may have been over breath. It may have been long in certain sections. That's okay. But as long as you walk away richer, that's all I want to say. I want you to walk away feeling that you learned something.
So thanks for tuning in to X Fox Talks, Xavia Fox Talks.
Foxy Loxy, I see you.
This girl, Miss Fox, thinks she gon' eat our loaded yam, the whole thing, but that ain't going on. Jimmy Jam gon' smash it. With my guest, Xavia Fox from Xavia Fox Talks.
And you can tell everybody what you want to be called by.
Xavia Fox here, still on the red carpet.
Represents X. X is good.